Alex Eala arrived in Cincinnati with a fresh haircut, fresh nails, and a nation still behind her. But before she even hit a ball, the crowd erupted. Filipino flags filled the venue as chants of Alex. Alex echoed through Cincinnati. This wasn't normal applause, it felt like a champion's welcome. Just days earlier, Eala's 7-match winning streak had ended in Toronto against Olympic champion Belinda Bencic. After 8 matches in only 12 days, exhaustion finally caught up with her. Alex admitted she was tired and needed a break, even joking, "I need a haircut, my nails are grown out." Now she's back, fresh, rested, and ready. Cincinnati was about to see what Alex Eala could do next. She laughed, and for a moment the pressure of the past 2 weeks disappeared. With a fresh haircut and trimmed nails, Alex Eala arrived in Cincinnati as the number 17 seed, the highest seed of her career at a WTA 1000 event. Ranked number 20, she received a first-round bye, giving her time to recover before playing. The tournament runs from August 13th to 23rd in Mason, Ohio, with a 96-player singles draw. And the Filipino fans were already there, bringing the same energy that had turned Toronto into a sea of red, white, and blue. After her tough loss to Bencic ended her 7-match streak, Eala knew she needed to recover. 8 matches in just 12 days had taken a toll. She was tired, but she made a promise to come back stronger. Now the Eala Express had arrived in Cincinnati, and the tennis world was watching. The pressure of carrying a nation's hopes had been huge, but Alex knew Toronto was not the end, just another chapter. After her loss, she said she was counting her blessings and would use the lessons from Toronto in Cincinnati and New York. She took 2 days off to rest, travel, get a haircut, trim her nails, and simply enjoy life away from tennis. After nearly 2 weeks of nonstop matches, the break was exactly what she needed. Despite the loss, Alex refused to let it define her Toronto journey. She had battled through tough matches, inspired thousands of Filipino fans, and continued to grow. Now, with new lessons and fresh energy, Eala was ready for the next challenge. She admitted she felt tired and disappointed after Toronto, but she was healthy and grateful. Her win over Alicia Parks had been a powerful statement, while her 3-set battle against Katie McNally showed her resilience. But the biggest highlight was the incredible support from Filipino fans. Alex said the love inside the stadium was hard to describe and called her Toronto debut an amazing experience. Now, heading to Cincinnati, she carried more than just lessons from the loss. She carried the support of thousands, the praise of legends, and a renewed purpose. As the number 17 seed in Cincinnati, Alex was ready to turn those lessons into something bigger. Her seeding was the highest of her career at a WTA 1000 event, proving the tennis world had taken notice. Her win over Alicia Parks wasn't just revenge, it showed that Alex had officially joined the elite. Ranked number 20, she moved up to the number 17 seed after several higher-ranked players withdrew, a huge step up from her number 25 seed in Toronto just days earlier. As one of the top 32 seeds, Alex received a first-round bye in the expanded 96-player draw. With stars like Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, Jessica Pegula, and Coco Gauff also competing, all eyes were now on Alex. The exhaustion and heartbreak of Toronto had only made her stronger, and Cincinnati was her chance to prove it. Alex Eala's number 17 seed in Cincinnati marked another huge milestone in her breakthrough season. In just 18 months, she had climbed from number 143 to number 20. Her rise exploded after winning the WTA 500 title in Washington, becoming the first Filipino to win a WTA Tour-level singles title and the first Southeast Asian to win a WTA 500 crown. Now Cincinnati was her final major test before the US Open in New York. Her popularity had exploded too. In Washington, most ticket inquiries were reportedly about Alex, while in Toronto, thousands of tickets disappeared within minutes. Now that same excitement had reached Cincinnati. Alex was no longer just a rising star. She was a serious contender, and the tennis world was watching. The Eala phenomenon had reached a new level in Toronto. The tournament even added chicken adobo to the menu, while the 10,000-seat stadium filled with red, white, and blue flags. Chants of Eala, Eala echoed through the night, creating an atmosphere even her opponents noticed. After ending Alex's winning streak, Belinda Bencic admitted that most of the crowd had been cheering for Alex, but still thanked the fans for the incredible support. Katie McNally experienced the same electric atmosphere when she faced Eala. The Filipino fans had turned Toronto into Alex's territory. McNally also left Toronto grateful for the incredible support, thanking fans around the world, especially Filipinos, and calling the atmosphere absolutely electrifying. Alex Eala, however, remained humble. After her Toronto exit, she said she was just a drop in the ocean compared to the pride Filipinos have for their culture and country. Alex knows she represents the Philippines, but she also believes the thousands of fans in the stadium were representing their country too. The Eala movement is no longer just about one player. It's becoming a global celebration of Filipino pride. As Alex Eala headed to Cincinnati, the Filipino support followed. The Ohio community may be smaller than Toronto's, but the passion was just as strong. Fans were ready to fill the Lindner Family Tennis Center with flags and chants once again. What makes the Eala phenomenon special is how much it has grown beyond tennis. Some have even compared it to the impact Manny Pacquiao had in the Philippines. Top players have noticed it too. Jessica Pegula praised the Filipino fans for helping grow tennis worldwide, while Coco Gauff said Alex is bringing a new and exciting audience to the sport. Now in Cincinnati, that movement was ready to grow even bigger. The Eala Express had crossed into Cincinnati, and the tennis world was watching. When Alex Eala arrived at the Lindner Family Tennis Center, the crowd erupted before she even hit a ball. Filipino flags and chants of Eala had followed her from Toronto to Ohio. Just days earlier, Alex had suffered a tough 6-4, 6-0 loss to Olympic champion Belinda Bencic, ending her 7-match winning streak after 8 matches in just 12 days. Exhausted but determined, Alex admitted she needed a break. She joked about getting a haircut, trimming her nails, and taking her mind off tennis. Now, refreshed and ready, she had arrived in Cincinnati with one goal: to come back stronger. With her hair trimmed and nails filed, Alex Eala arrived in Cincinnati as the number 17 seed, the highest WTA 1000 seeding of her career. Ranked number 20 in the world, she received a first-round bye, giving her extra time to recover before competing. The Cincinnati tournament runs from August 13th to 23rd in Mason, Ohio, with a 96-player singles draw. This marked another major milestone in Alex's breakthrough season. She was already the number 29 seed at Wimbledon, becoming the first Filipina ever seeded in a Grand Slam singles draw. Now Eala was taking another big step among the elite, becoming a seeded player at a WTA 1000 event and competing alongside stars like Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, Jessica Pegula, Coco Gauff, and Mira Andreeva. The phenomenon that had stunned Washington and Toronto had officially reached Cincinnati. Toronto tournament director Carl Hale called Alex an absolute blessing to tennis, and now Cincinnati was ready to experience it. But Alex was staying focused and taking things one match at a time. After Toronto, she said she was counting her blessings and planned to use the lessons from the past 2 weeks to come back stronger in Cincinnati and New York. The U.S. Open begins on August 30th in Flushing Meadows, New York, and Alex Eala is perfectly positioned for a deep run. She enters with the support of millions of Filipino fans, the praise of tennis legends, and growing confidence after every big win. Now, the Eala Express has arrived in Cincinnati, and the tennis world is watching. What happens when a young player from Manila walks onto the court and gets a champion's welcome? The answer could be huge, because Alex Eala is no longer just a rising star, she's becoming a force to watch. The answers are still being written. But one thing is clear, the Eala Express has arrived in Cincinnati, and the tennis world is watching. Just days after a heartbreaking loss in Toronto, Alex arrived as the number 17 seed, the highest WTA 1000 seeding of her career. Before even playing a point, she was welcomed like a returning champion. The phenomenon that exploded in Washington and Toronto had now reached Ohio, and this could be just the beginning.